Defending Basketball Champions League champions are in town in Madrid. AEK looking to cement their place at the top of the group. As always, there's that traveling contingent or local Greek community that are in the gym. And Fuenlabrada going through a real slump in the Basketball Champions League. They won their first 3 games, have not won since. Here's the schedule for Group C. Nürnberg lost heavily at home against Jerusalem yesterday. Bamberg are currently playing Antwerp, key matchup. And then the nightcap games with Dijon at home and Fuenlabrada here, wrapping up the action on game day 12. Always a great contingent of traveling fans as we get to look at the Group C table. And there you can see the dilemma that Montakit Fuenlabrada find themselves in. 3 games back on Antwerp, and Antwerp at the head-to-head. So if there was a 2-way tie, they would fall behind them. So nigh on impossible for Fuenlabrada to qualify, but for the defending champions, a #1 seed is their objective as they get to the last few games in the regular season. Here is this AEK roster, and Vince Hunter is the story of this group, averaging over 20 points a game in the last 6 outings for AEK. Averages 17.5 across the whole season. The addition of Jordan Theodore makes an already strong roster a daunting prospect in the Basketball Champions League. Well, things went from bad to worse for Fuenlabrada at the weekend. Defeat in the ACB in Tenerife means they miss out on the Copa del Rey. Marko Popovic still not 100%, rotates out of the roster for the Champions League game. And Néstor Garcia with a team that needs a confidence-building win, not necessarily in terms of regular season performance and position, but just for their overall confidence as a group. They need to stop this losing streak. They need to get some confidence because they lack so much of that as they get into the second half of the ACB season in Spain. Only 1 place above the relegation spots for Fuenlabrada. AEK Athens, by comparison, sit 3rd in the Greek A1 League, having won the crucial 3rd v 4th matchup at the weekend. They move up to 3rd place with a 10-4 record and are knocking on the door of the top 2, trying to break into the monopoly that has been Panathinaikos and Olympiakos in the Greek league. So Fuenlabrada looking for some answers. Marko Popovic, as you see, in Civis will not play. And I'm still not sure they know what their best roster is. Which of these guys can provide the answers for coach Néstor Garcia. So Miroslav Krastov, the last man out. And this Fuenlabrada lineup trying to get some confidence, trying to get a win. They won their first 3 games in the Basketball Champions League and haven't won since. Athens in the defense of their Basketball Champions League title. Win tonight will put them top of the group and a #1 seed, which will give them all the advantages of potentially an easier quarterfinal tie. And more importantly than anything else, perhaps, it's about momentum and about confidence and about consistency. And all of those things have been a trademark of AEK throughout this Basketball Champions League season. Great balance, inside and outside threat, and a team that plays as a group. And that's the thing that has been Fuenlabrada's downfall throughout most of this Basketball Champions League season. They just haven't functioned as a group. Well, in the corresponding tie between the two teams, a 7-point win for AEK. Tough game in Athens, but the man Vince Hunter was the difference again, 24 points. And the big stat, 19 turnovers for Fuenlabrada, and AEK was so efficient, turned those 19 turnovers into 32 points. That's a phenomenal return on their defense. And as always, efficiency and Greek basketball go hand in hand. Well, here is the third team on the floor. Mr. Klobuziskis, Marchis, and Zachuk, the three officials that take charge of this Basketball Champions League tie here in Fuenlabrada. Coach Luca Banci, the Italian, really has got this lineup all working in the same direction. As we say, Jordan Theodore, what an addition. His backcourt combination with Laranzakis has already proved very, very productive. And Vince Hunter and Zampouris, the youngster, on the inside start. Well, Zampouris, 2'16", only 22 years old, developing a huge career for Coach Luca Banci and AEK. He could turn AEK into a back-to-back champion-winning team. He could be that influential with this team. So, wherever you're joining us from, welcome to Fuenlabrada, the home team in red. and Ike in the black. And we're underway, and Ike will get a first look at it in the half court. Malcolm Griffin and Jordan Theodore will advance the basketball. Ball goes out of bounds, will stay with Ike. Had a quiet first night in the Basketball Champions League. Little floating pass on the pick and roll. Paco Cruz comes down with Bellas into the half court. Cruz takes over. Sloppy. And that's where the game was won and lost in Athens. 19 turnovers in that game for Fuenlabrada. 32 points off turnovers for Ike. And they start as they mean to go on with 2 points off the one turnover. Another turnover for Fuenlabrada. And that's a trap. Can't understand why Bellas was confused at the call. Hunter outside will move it on. Theodore. Hunter mid-range, goes with a little runner for two, soft touch. And Ike open it out with a 4-0 start. AEK on the ball reversal. Bellas again gets a little skip and a hop. Cruz, feet set for three, is long and way long. Theodore in transition, no numbers, so he slows it up, looks to reverse the ball. Larazakis turns down the pick, goes inside with the left hand, and Hunt is all over the glass. And the one thing, there's no one from Fuenlabrada at all rotating anywhere near it. Extra pass, AEK lines up the three, in and out. Krasov can't hold on. And Sanruz will advance the ball. Larazakis down the lane. Ball ends up with Cruz in transition to the foul line. Little floater for two is no good. Kept alive, Bellas will hunt it down. And a 14-second reset for Fuenlabrada. Cruz to the lane with a little runner is no good. O'Leary's all over the glass. And Fuenlabrada will recycle. AEK opens up a drive lane. Defense by Jordan Theodore. Turnover, nice pass. Timeout, Fuenlabrada. 8-0 start. Sorry, 6-0 start.
Come on, fellas! Hey, box him the fuck out! Stay focused, it's okay.
En ataque más espacio, damos Chris, recibís acá, trata de recibir más abierto, Paco en las cruzadas, yo more spacing, see your guy, you know, because they play D9, huh?
It's not the, from where we're looking, to me, not the offensive end is not the issue. They've missed some shots, but they've had good shots for Fuenlabrada. Down the other end, Hunter's got an offensive rebound. They've scored off of a poor pass. Sampouris was all over the front of the ring. He trouls the floor. No one picks him up. Krasov is just looking nowhere. And so it's not about, for me, not about the offensive end for Fuenlabrada. It's about how much defense they're not playing. They trail 8-0. And Bellas has it. Great start for Ike. Krasov. AEK on the ball reversal. Five on the possession. Bellas. It's got to go up. Goes inside. Krasov can't get it away. And Kratsov. Well, sometimes you don't need to say anything. Pitchers tell you everything you need to know. There's a very frustrated coach. 5 turnovers for Fuenlabrada in the first 3 minutes. Beautiful pass, and Theodore gets the 2. Well, Fuenlabrada go 5 for 5. Well, here's the Belas gets caught looking the wrong way, and then they step in with the out of bounds. There you go, turnover, and they go 5 for 5. Larantzakis moves it on. Penetration, left hand is no good. And Gonzalez doesn't box out. And Samporis gets the chance to go to the free throw line. Hunter gets the first from the free throw line. He goes 2 for 2, and Ike lead 12-0, and we're 3.5 minutes in. So, Rupnik, and they just need to get the scoreboard ticking over here. Rupnik off the down screen. Clark on the three-point line for the 3 is short. Great offensive rebound. And then the turnover. Yorker with the rebound, Yorker with the turnover. Better effort defensively. Rupnik needs it and gets it. Yorker will move it on. Garcia. Rupnik gets to the foul line. Gonzalez just about hang on. Clark for 3 with no time on the clock. Doesn't get the drop. Offensive rebound work by Gonzalez, and 1 for Garcia. And good things happen if you work and outwork your opponent. Gonzalez does a great job on the glass for Fuenlabrada. And Garcia cleans up, will go to the free throw line. And Garcia completes the 3-point play. And that should settle Fuenlabrada down. Theodore. It's just too easy. Blocked though by Gonzalez. Got back in the play. Rupnik just got cleared on the screen. Goes to the hoop. Blows the layout. Gonzalez is all over the glass. Great effort. Chema Gonzalez, just by effort, is making things happen for Fuenlabrada. Zakis picks up his first foul. Gonzalez will hit Yorker the ball, attacks it, far side of the ring. Tough shot. Clark comes up with the offensive rebound and kicks it. They have to take the 3 quick. Hits the back of the ring, and Larantzakis has it. A little bit more urgency by Fuenlabrada now, though. Rupnik takes one for the team as Sanru's had him in the post. Fuenlabrada shooting 1 for 10 on that graphic. Sanru and Rupnik in the post is only going to go one way, so Rupnik took one for the team. Sanru's will move it on. Jordan Theodore, Sakota's in the game. Oh my word. I think Dusan Sakota was so shocked he was so open. That's not a 10. Gonzalez gets that before it hit the backboard. So when it's not going your way, it all goes against you. Rupnik on the handoff will take the ball screen from Gonzalez. Theodore picks his pocket and then loses control. Zakis will sit. Rupnik on the penetration, takes a tough one. Gonzalez just outworks people and then smartly hits the back of Jordan Theodore. Can't say enough good things about Chema Gonzalez in this situation. They went 5 for 5 because the starters just were not performing, and Gonzalez has really put some effort in. Tremendous performance by him, trying to drag Fuenlabrada back in. He's the release on the out of bounds. Clark has it in. Sakota goes to the middle, goes to the second move on the inside and blows the little gimme. They go long. Sanru's kicks it. Sakota takes the ball screen, pick and pop. Sakota on the closeout. Theodore in the corner for 3 is good. Garcia set for the 3 is good. Theodore. Well, again, you've got to absolutely take your hat off to Chema Gonzalez. Perhaps he could have even caught this one, but again, look at the activity from Fuenlabrada. So much better than the beginning of the game, but they've dug a hole here. They just have to find a way of trying to work their way back in. Down 11, 6 to 17, 2:58. At least they've stopped the bleeding that was just occurring at the beginning of the game. Theodore out of bounds, goes long. James will kick. Sakota is short. Rupnik, chance to run here for Fuenlabrada. Takes the early screen, looks to turn the corner, foul line, and gets it back. Attacks it on the dribble all the way to the hoop for 2. Rupnik gets it back to single digits. Ike take the timeout. Luca Banci's seen enough of this Fuenlabrada revival.
We cannot let the ball enter like this, okay? Every ball screen, we are too passive, and we cheat, and we wait for their mistakes. We have to take more initiative. Who defends the ball? Who defends the screen? Don't allow the ball to enter the defense so easy, okay? Hey, watch out the pressure. Help.
Así que, a ver, entonces hacelo más acá arriba. Hey, la cortina en 2, hacela más arriba. Así hace el rulo y podemos anotar. La otra.
Primera defensa, 22.
Rote el último cuando Chema hace flash y no dejo a Sakota para tirar acá.
Mucho movimiento.
Y acá,
Arriba.
el swing, no me lo paren. Sigan moviendo y los atacan por todos lados.
Jordan Theodore. Little half-court trap, easily beaten. Malcolm Griffin will back it out. Fuenlabrada trying to mix it up defensively, go to the zone. Step back for Theodore is short, and Gonzalez is active again on the glass. Rupnik in the lane, needs a pass now. Drops it down. Gonzalez can't complete the finish. Sakota will hit the second side. They're looking inside for Machulis. Sakota back to the hoop. Machulis lines up the three. Is good. Garcia is fouled on the penetration. Jordan Theodore will get some time on the bench. Rupnik on the 14-second reset. Off the feet, we'll get another 14. In fact, they've called the foul, so Rupnik will go to the free-throw line. Chance to get this back to a 10-point game. Gotta love the way Ike play the game. They share the ball beautifully. If they're open, coming out of offensive sets, they will look to shoot the ball. They know what their options are. So the percentages are normally good. And as you heard from the timeout, Luca Benchi was disappointed with the lack of aggression against the pick and roll. They really want to be, the defense really wants to take the initiative, attack the basketball in the pick and roll, not just switch and be passive. So Rupnik on the free throw line misses the first and drops the second. Malcolm Griffin into the half court, pick and pop. Sakota lines up the three and just drops it. I mean, Dusan Sakota, the scouting report will say he does not roll, he always pops. Poor three, scrapes the front of the ring, 14-second reset. Rupnik goes to Gonzalez for the two. Griffin. Decent defense by Clark on the switch. He forces the tough shot. Fuenlabrada, last 8 seconds. Rupnik is fouled, will go to the free throw line. James with a personal, reaching in. Fuenlabrada with fouls to give. You'd expect them to show some pressure up the floor. Whitley goes 2 for 2. He'll sit. No, he's got to stay. I can't. O'Leary checks back in. Gonzalez and Clark check out. I have absolutely up the floor pressure with a foul to give. Griffin gets the wrong side and fouls in the act of. And Maurice Kemp commits the foul. It's just another example with Fuenlabrada breaking down. They give up a three-point play with 5 seconds left in the quarter. And they will not get the shot away. And that'll do it for quarter one. There's confirmation at the end of the first quarter. Fuenlabrada trail 13-26 against the defending basketball Champions League champions. Athens, here are the statistics. 1 from 7 from the three-point line, doesn't get it done in anybody's business.
Everybody gonna call foul.
Well, you heard the little quarter timeout for Lester Garcia making the point about the foul. With 2 fouls to give, Fuenlabrada gave up a three-point play. And that pretty much sums up how they've approached this game. And against the team with the quality of Ike, that's just not going to get it done. Wow. These replays are showing you just how dominant Ike were. Absolute dominance for that first quarter. That was the only 3 that Fuenlabrada made. But for me, it's all about the defense for Fuenlabrada. So they revert back to the lineup that steadied the ship, should we say, to stop the bleeding. Yorker will move it on. Gonzalez with the ball screen. Rupnik gets his feet set for 3 and doesn't get the drop. Gonzalez again on the glass. But Machulis just out-muscled him. And they just about save it. Griffin kicks it. Sakata has it on the 3-point line. Gonzalez on the split line. Rupnik in transition, they line up the 3. Yorker for 3 on the break is good. And the crowd responding to the way this group has brought Fuenlabrada some respectability. They trail 10, Lorca hits the 3. Sakota guarded by Clark outside the 3-point line. And Yorker went to sleep on the bottom of the split line. Little flash cut on Machulis. Garcia. Left hand to the hoop. Doesn't get the drop on the layup. And I think Fuenlabrada asking for the same call with a basket interference. Machulis lines up the 3. Sakota in the block. Inside, outside, Machulis for 3 is long. And York comes down with a defensive rebound. Rupnik lines up the three and just drops it. Back to a single-digit game. Sakata inside the three-point line. That matchup is intriguing. Benopoulos will move it on. Sakata puts it on the floor, going to the right, goes with a running hook, is no good. And Gonzalez comes down with a defensive rebound. Yorka pushes, gets the early ball screen, and draws contact from Dusan Sukota. Be it national team or club basketball, Sukota and Clark have gone against each other a bit. Over the mutual respect. Clark currently winning this one just about on points in terms of that particular matchup. And the Fuenlabrada crowd responding to the improvement since the beginning of the game. Rupnik. Rupnik from three, it's good. Back-to-back threes. Luka Rupnik's come to play. And after a 12-0 start, we're back to 6. And Fuenlabrada showing a little bit of pride here. And the unsportsmanlike call, not sure on who. But complete breakdown defensively, recognized. And you don't need much for Vince Hunter to recognize it. Let's take a look at the replay. I think you can call that unsportsmanlike. Clark reaches. Well, everyone in a black vest called it unsportsmanlike. Let's see what the referee calls it. It's a reaching foul by Clark at least. As Hunter went to the ring. Well, it was close to the ball, but well, they're looking at it. You do like the fact that the officials use the technology, but for me, it's look at it, is it isn't. Let's get back and play. It takes a little while to make this call. There's the slap for the ball. It's more about what happens with the other hand, I think. Well, it's obviously called unsportsmanlike. Crowd not liking it at all. But the one man that matters. Vince Hunter makes the first. He's just having a great Champions League season, and it's a great season that gets better. He's averaging 17.6 across the season, but has over 20 points in the last 6 games for AEK. Griffin moves it on to Sakata. Hunter down low, goes to the middle. And one. I cannot believe the rule is forced to the middle, because when Hunter gets to the middle, he's going to score. Takes the contact, will go to the free throw line, and after closing it to 6, if he makes the extra, it's a 4-point turnaround on this possession. Gonzalez picks up his second personal. Hunter for the and one, which is short, and Rupnik comes down with a defensive rebound. Upstairs for the alley-oop, and Chema Gonzalez throws it down. You can hear the crowd responding to Gonzalez's performance. Shikota going baseline. Gonzalez helps. Machulis with a short two. Is no good. Gonzalez gets another stack. Oh, it's a great look, but Yorker can't complete the layup. And with hindsight, you're thinking, why? Sakata for three. Machulis is on the offensive glass. Great pass to the inside. Sakata for two. Garcia calls the option for Fuenlabrada. Yorker finds Rupnik. The three is gone. Garcia can't get it to drop. Got to stop the ball to get it deep, out of bounds. Turnover off Hunter's hands. And Fuenlabrada dropped, literally dodged the bullet. Turnover's becoming a little closer. Rupnik, easy two. And it's Ike's turn to forget to play help side defense. Opens up completely. And Fuenlabrada stay with a 2-3 zone. Surprisingly effective at the moment. Drops it inside. Easy two for Sakata. No one bumped him at all down the lane. Rupnik needs a pass, finds a pass. Gonzalez will find Clark. Goes upstairs, and Gonzalez just blows the layup. And Machulis, he blows his layup and followed, and Fuenlabrada get outworked again. All the work undone as it was the 11-point margin is restored.
Está el tipo acá, que la mete de tres, estás con él. Pasa a la esquina y corte, boludo. Bompeá, hasta que te avise este y te va para otro lado.
Duro.
Izquierda, para que Dani juegue en diagonal. En izquierda, cuando se va este, me voy rápido para que sea una puerta de atrás.
Hey, defense, come on. Yeah.
Badass checks back in. The important thing now for the Fuenlabrada guys that are coming back into the game is they really do have to build on the momentum after that 5-for-5. Clark comes high, looks to reverse the basketball. Yorker off his back of his heel, needs a pass. Ball's turned over. It was a messy offense. Oh, it's just far too easy for the layup. It's good, and Aranzakis just sliced through the trap and gets the easy two. Back out to a 13-point margin. And Fuenlabrada can't let the good work just become undone. Beleth outside the three-point line. Going baseline, will need a pass. Garcia throws a poor one, doesn't get it to drop. And Zakis just ghosts his way in. Extra pass to the corner, Sakata wide open, drains the three. Well, they've got it to 6. 10-0 run, opens it back out to a 16-point lead for AEK. If you're Fuenlabrada, you'd probably settle for a 10-point margin at the half at this stage, 42-26. Bella. Again. It's Gonzalez again. He's blocked this time by Hunter. And AEK just upped the defensive intensity and Fuenlabrada struggled. Sakata outside the 3. Another turnover. Sanruz gives it up. Aranzakis in the lane is blocked. Zanopoulos sits for AEK. Clark sits for Fuenlabrada. Looked like he took a blow to the knee or the shin. The 2 is off for O'Leary. Straight off the bench, fires one up, doesn't get it to drop. That's Hunter to the ring for 2, and he just blew past the defense. And that's the thing that hasn't been happening for Fuenlabrada. When they changed the lineup, the defensive effort at least contained the penetration. Kratsov was beaten on the dribble like he was standing still. Knocked down the middle. It's the underside of the ring. Wants the foul. 3-on-1 break. Aranzakis inside out. They go back to Sanruz, puts it on the floor, hits the corners. Aranzakis in traffic will turn it over. Rupnik back in the game. Lorca just blows the layup. Will go to the free throw line. Simple left-hand layup would have probably done. And it's, again, looking at the action to see if it's an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's take a look. So Yorker's ahead of the ball. Yeah, that has to be an unsportsmanlike foul from behind. No real genuine attempt to actually play a basketball action. They should call it unsportsmanlike. Referee's taking a while, as they should, getting it right, but it's one of those scenarios where Hunter probably just, the contact was largely about timing, but has to be called the way it has been. Opportunity for Fuenlabrada, make the free throws, and with the possession, try to get this game to a manageable number at the half. Who makes the first? You're in this situation now, if you're Fuenlabrada, you're in a hole. You can't keep digging, so make your free throws, play decent defense, try to generate points from your defense. Yorker goes 1 for 2. Luka Banci's problem is about consistency. Kratsov sits. Kemp gets another opportunity. Better. looks inside, finds O'Leary in the block. He comes off the block. Garcia is fouled. Some porous. Dusan Sukata will sit. Machulis will check back in. So here's Balat. Stops, fires up the 2, is no good. Great work on the glass. O'Leary gets the 2, working the big side rebound spot. Griffin will move it on. Machulis with his feet set for 3 is off. They look long, should be an easy 2. Kemp down the floor. And back to a 13-point game from Fuenlabrada. Showing again a little bit more defensive effort, turns defense into points.
Okay. Hey, watch out the pressure. Let's overcome the pressure. Hey, come on. Hey, if they show the zone, okay, we attack a horse side. Let's play smart here to read if it's time to pop or to sleep with Dusan who locked the top, okay? Then if we stop the ball, we go with ankle pick and roll to enter the defense, penetrate and kick. Guys.
Meter acá adentro para el corte o para el posteo, que después dan vuelta al balón, que le va por delante. Ahora. 5. Perdón, 22. Y después meto el 5. No.
So important last moments in the first half here. It's a 13-point game. Fuenlabrada won't want that to get any worse. They showed his zone again. They're trying to match up a little better in it. Inside, Sukata has it. This is going up. Little push from the baseline. Machulis on the glass. It's all those little things. When they have problems as a team, it's not the big things. It's things like this, the little things where O'Leary doesn't box. Machulis, who's been doing this for years as an offensive rebounder, gets position, moves O'Leary sideways, and what should have been a defensive rebound and a chance to cut it to 10 ends up with an opportunity to increase it to a 15-point margin. Here's Machulis. Makes the first. Everything's simple for Machulis. Straight lines. Everything is technically so proficient. He goes 2 for 2. And as we say, instead of it being a chance to be 10, it's back out to 15. Badass. Got to finish positively here if you're Fuenlabrada. Get some momentum going into the half. Garcia, who wants to score, goes on the inside, off the glass for 2 is good. And Ike will try and hold for the last shot. It's a 13-point game, it's a big possession though. The matchup. Well, Fuenlabrada had a foul to give. Well, 2 people went to the ball again, and it's one of those defensive breakdowns. Griffin with a 3 is off. Garcia hunts it down, he's got to put it up. And that ran out of time. Looked like there was potential contact. But we've made it to the half-time. And after a great start to the game where Ike opened it out to a 12-0 lead, Fuenlabrada have come back, closed it to 6, but trailed by 13 at the half, 33-46. Only 35% from two-point range. Has not been the biggest friend for Fuenlabrada. 10 turnovers to 7. That was looking particularly difficult for Fuenlabrada early on, but they redressed the balance. Rupnik with a big 11 points, but just look at the Ike side. Hunter, across 4 of the 6 categories, has been their leading player for the last few weeks. He's coming again with his A game. He has 15, Sakota has 12. Ike have a 46-33 advantage at the half. At least Fuenlabrada look like they're in it now. Join us again in around 10 minutes or so to see if the home team can snap that 7-8 game losing streak. Or can Ike go top of the group? We'll see you in around 10 minutes.
tienes entre 4 y 17 años, tenemos un sitio para ti. Súmate a las escuelas de Club Baloncesto Fuenlabrada porque te divertirás y aprenderás con nuestros entrenadores. Para chicos y chicas entre 4 y 17 años. Más información en nuestras oficinas y en nuestra web oficial, donde también puedes encontrar todas las equipaciones de Montakit Fuenlabrada y también balones ACB firmados por la plantilla de Montakit Fuenlabrada por tan solo 20 euros. Y si los quieres sin firma para jugar tú, solo 15. Será un derbi. Lo jugaremos el sábado 2 de febrero a las 8:30 de la tarde contra Movistar Estudiantes. Será la 12ª. Contamos contigo. Próximo. Movistar Estudiantes. Se viene derbi.
Well, welcome back to Fuenlabrada. Both teams back on the floor. Just an amazing start to the game for Ike, 12-0. Coach Garcia decides to go 5 for 5, sits the starters down. Of the 33 Montakit Fuenlabrada points, only 2 came from the starters. Ian O'Leary had 2. And that's when he came back into the game and later in the half. Luka Rupnik for Fuenlabrada with 11 points on 3 from 6 from the floor, 3 from 4 from the line. Really did start to spark the team. They brought it back to 6. Ike re-established their supremacy. Here is Rupnik. Three from the three-point line for Luka Rupnik.
Back to stop the fast break.
Let's go, guys. Jedna, dvije, tri.
Chema y Mauricio.
Vamos, venga.
Hablar. Stop,
No,
Maurice,
me
stop.
cuela.
You switch.
So important for Fuenlabrada if they are
Más baloncesto, Basketball Champions League. Y empezamos la segunda mitad defendiendo.
So start of the second half. Hope you've enjoyed. Had a drink at half time to relax. Because Fuenlabrada, if they play for pride here, they'll try and get right back in this. Hunter has it down low, goes to the middle and turns it over. Well, they're going to go back to Fuenlabrada. Well, there comes a point where visual dissent and frustration, there comes a point where, as the official, you have to make a statement. And Hunter continued to show his contempt for the call, should we say. 14-second reset. Jordan Theodore has it on the end line. One possession at a time for Fuenlabrada if they're going to get back in this. Machulis just about reaches that one. Hunter puts it on the floor. He's just going to blow past it. Oh, great defensive effort by Gonzalez. And they just turn it straight back over. Saruz goes to Machulis, drops it down, an easy 2 for Hunter. And Chema Gonzalez must wonder what he has to do. Great defensive play. They just dribble it straight back to Ike. It's a holding foul away from the basketball. Foul's going to be called on the Giannopoulos. Charles Giannopoulos picks up the personal. Played no time in the first half, starts the second. Kemp will get it to Rupnik. Rupnik has to have the same impact he had in that first half. 7 on the possession. Rupnik turns down the screen, is held by Theodore. With hesitation, draws contact. Theodore picks up foul number 2. Rupnik has it, 10 on the possession. Takes the ball screen. Gets inside for the layup. Defensive effort on the glass, but they throw it straight back. Got to go up, turnover. Saruz is going to throw this one down, watch out. Another Fuenlabrada turnover. Leads to points for Ike. 4-0 start for Ike, not the start the Fuenlabrada needed. Garcia going nowhere, moves it on. York with Grice attack. And he tries that reverse over your head layup again. Gets it blocked. Giannopoulos outside, moves it on. Machulis just posts. Fundamentals, just keeps it up. Kisses off the glass. Goes to 9 points personal. 19-point lead. 6-0 start for the defending BCL Basketball Champions League #1 team. Champions from last year. Garcia has to settle for the 3, is way short. And Gonzalez, big effort, but the 24-second violation. Yorker sits, and Francesco Cruz checks back in. Oh, just slips the screen, and one. And again, the concept of team defense goes out the window for Fuenlabrada. Hunter just slipped the screen, what? No help. Garcia is way short of being in help. But again, no pressure on the ball, so if it could go wrong defensively, it went wrong for Fuenlabrada, and the Hunter is just becoming one of the dominant players of the 18-19 Basketball Champions League season. He must be one of those people that with a good postseason could be an MVP here. It's that sort of consistency that he's putting on the floor. Makes the free throw. Cruz into the half court. Rupnik lines up the three. It's one of those, and that is an effort on the glass. Hunter's going to be charged with a personal because Gonzalez just outworked him. And there's Gonzalez go and beats him, and there you see, doesn't get the box out. Position has to hold, and Gonzalez's effort is rewarded. Cruz will take the ball screen. Kemp will rip through, go baseline, and throws it down. Quick move. Ripped it and went. Theodore gets it off. Machulis just beats Kemp on the rip through, and he fouls, and that wasn't good. Machulis beat him on the first step, and Kemp momentum took him straight through Hunter, who goes to the free throw line. Third foul for Kemp. This is where it's pretty much a clumsy foul because he's at speed and he can't stop, but he carries on straight through. To me, that has to be unsportsmanlike. No genuine attempt to play the ball, but it's more clumsy than intentional. But that's not the interpretation anymore. Gets beat by Machulis purely on this speed of the decision by Machulis to catch and go. And it's had to be an unsportsmanlike foul. Chema Gonzalez helped Morris Kemp. No one helped Chema Gonzalez. Probably should have been on the replay, should have been Paco Cruz, but he just didn't rotate. And the two free throws are good, and possession. So Luka Banci's coaching effort here is not necessarily about winning this game. This is about the rest of the Basketball Champions League season as Hunter goes to a huge 22-point game. Sanruz is one of these glue players for Ike. Does a bit of everything. Jordan Theodore off the glass for two. Garcia doesn't want to handle it. 13-2 start. The opposite of what Fuenlabrada needed. 10 on the possession as Cruz comes off the screen. Gets to the foul line, stops and pops for two is good. Sanruz lines up the three is long. Machulis goes 1 on 3 in the glass and manages to keep it alive. Sanruz gets it off. Machulis in the post. Just dominating Garcia. Gets to the middle and lean away two is no good. Hunter, what an effort, what a pass. Sanruz for two is good. And you can talk about the quality that Vince Hunter has, but talk about the effort too. 1 on 3 on the glass, somehow comes up with it, then just has the presence to make the pass. Great effort. 24-point game, and this could get very, very ugly. Cruz. As Fuenlabrada stands still. Cruz in the lane is blocked. Jordan Theodore, 3-on-1 break. Lopez is blocked. But Hunter again outworks everybody, and they're going to count that because his effort deserved it. Again, he's on the glass. There's the foul. He didn't dribble it, went straight back up. Quite easily give it. And they have. One to come. Possession by possession. Fuenlabrada going to try and work their way back in here. Kemp with a handoff. Rupnik gets it back. They don't get a lot out of that action. A team lacking direction. That's what it looks like at the moment. AEK are the worst team to play against when you're in that place because they are relentless. Beras checks back in. Gonzalez sits. And Fuenlabrada go a little bit quicker and smaller as AEK comes in at the 4. Jordan Theodore gets to the foul line, stops and pops and knocks it down. You cannot allow middle penetration. Kemp moves it on. AEK. Cruz. 42 points in the paint. 42 of the 65. Now, obviously, Hunter accounts for a lot of those, but not all of them. Beras with a floater is off. Big effort. Jordan Theodore has it. 4-on-3 here if they move the ball. Saruz gets it to the corner. Lopez for 3 is long. And Beras is fouled as he forced Jordan Theodore to take one for the team. .3:26 to go in the third. Both teams in the penalty. We have a timeout.
Ponemos a tu disposición balones ATV firmados por la plantilla de Montakit Fuenlabrada por tan solo 20 euros. Y si los quieres
Hacemos 2 y 3. 2 y 3 para agarrar el
19-4 in the third.
Son 14 minutos casi, son 20. 26. Son 26. Acá en los pick and roll. O sea, ustedes 3 hacen switch. Con ellos 2 shake. ¿Está? Meto. Cuando el hombre.
If there's ball screens, go black. Keep it going. End of the other.
Fuenlabrada on the sideline. And Coach Bench is demanding in that timeout. AEK's aspirations in this competition are as high as their achievement last year. Beras on the quick catch. Ben Cruz with the 3 is short. And Kemp's all over the glass. He gets the putback for 2. Better defensive that time. Cruz gets a piece of it, gets it in transition now, gets to the foul line. Little floater in the lane for 2. Sanrus will go high. James gets it inside. Nice pass to Machulis on the cut. Far too easy, but sweet looking movement. Kemp goes to the hoop, gets the two. Quick decision again. The decision is the important thing here. Kemp goes to 6 personal. Sanrus. Xenopoulos. They go inside now to James, who goes up, doesn't get the drop. And Bellas in transition. AEK down low, has a matchup he should be able to exploit. Kemp for the throwdown off the assist from AEK. Little run for Fuenlabrada brings it back to a 22-point game. Timeout for AEK. Kubenchi has seen enough of that little run. 6-0 for Fuenlabrada. Takes the timeout. Presence here by AEK. Nice pass and Kemp with the throwdown.
Billy, he's making too many dribbles to overcome. We have dribble handler. We have to help him, okay? And we enter fast. It's clear? Hey, pay attention. No matter if man or zone, we call horse side, okay? It's clear? We go horse side. Hey!
Vamos, que puede ser Machuli también y se postean. Me voy por delante. En 20, al que tiene el balón. 3. Al que tiene el balón. Porque Machuli está posteándose todo el tiempo. ¿Está?
Ahora. Va.
Xenopoulos back in the game at the point. Extra pass, wide open for the 3. Good ball movement. 3 is short. Defensive rebound means Bellas has a chance to run. And you've got to credit AEK's defensive transition is excellent. Everybody gets back. They communicate. Everybody matches up. Chance to make this a 20-point game. Possession by possession. You're back moving forward. That's the important thing for Fuenlabrada. Things don't get any easier for Fuenlabrada. Their ACB game coming up on the week is against a certain Real Madrid. So life for Fuenlabrada, they need some confidence out of this game. Xenopoulos finds Sanrus. Give and go. Action is far too easy. They skip it. Wow, they saw Sakota underneath. The ball movement was excellent. The last pass was just overthrown. This team is looks very comfortable with itself. Moves the ball exceptionally well. Shares it. Everybody's active. Last minute of the third. Bruce looks inside, no pass. They're going to have to reverse again. Bellas, no action away from the ball. Nice pass, and they'll count the 2. And it's under 20. Sakota just held his space, showed to the ball, no one recovered. AEK just let him, didn't get to the right side, and it was an easy 2. And this team, you'll get options like that because you share the basketball. Same play for Fuenlabrada. Bellas decides to take the 3 and knocks it down. Last 5 seconds. Jordan Theodore gets his feet set for 3 as long. And that will do it for the third quarter. In the third quarter, that was getting out of hand. Fuenlabrada slightly recovered the situation. They trail 69-52 here at home. 17 down at the end of the third. It could have been a lot worse. It was approaching 30 at one point. But Fuenlabrada have hung in. Things getting slightly better on the percentage front. But still, they trail 17 to the defending Basketball Champions League champions in AEK. All to do in the fourth.
Play solid.
So by no means over here. Fuenlabrada trying to mount a comeback. Trail by 17 at the start of the fourth. Have the first possession, Belas. AEK. He really hasn't got himself going at all. Goes to the middle. Oh, that's the way to get going. Down the middle, throws it hard. And Fuenlabrada back to 15. Big time finish down the middle. Is that the thing that gives some momentum at the start of 4? Sakata, nowhere to go. Goes down low. Nice pass. And 1. And again, a complete breakdown defensively. Malcolm Griffin's going to get the 2 as you get a replay of the big time finish by AEK. Fuenlabrada get broken down again defensively. 2 guys to the ball, wide open around the ring. Griffin, and then give up the M1. And when you're in a hole, you've got to stop digging. And at the moment, Fuenlabrada haven't managed to stop digging the hole. O'Leary will reverse the basketball. Cruz outside the 3 moves it on. Belas. And Kemp doesn't get the drop. Big second step. So they blow the layup after giving up the 3-point play. So easy to see how Fuenlabrada would be competitive, not just in this game, but in this group. Sakata for 3 is short. Kemp gets it to AEK at speed. That has to be an unsportsmanlike foul. Be interested, they're just going to call the foul to reach across. Watch this. Well, admittedly, you could say made a play for the ball. They're going to look at it. I think this is one of those steal to nothing. As long as you make a play for the ball. It looks, it's a reason. Well, from that angle, it's not a reasonable action, but they're just going to call it a cross and a reach, so it's fair. That's how it looked. At speed, once you saw the first replay, it looked like an action to steal. Danopoulos picks up his first personal, and they're back out to an 18-point lead. Cruz got to shoot the ball. 8:35. They get an open look early. Take it. Cruz off the dribble this time. Buries the 3. Theodore kicks it out. Vanopoulos will take the ball screen and kick it. Sakota outside, moves it on. Way short from Griffin, and the ball will go over to Fuenlabrada. So important they get a score this time. So important they keep it ticking over. Machulis comes in. Brings in all that experience. Saruz does a great job for this AEK team though. Really fits the role the team require. Here's Cruz with the basketball. Ballas in rhythm for three is short. Well, he got a wide open look. Couldn't knock it down. Oh, nice pass, easy two, all about sharing the basketball. One of the part of the defensive end where AEK plays is so much better team defense, their ability to share, or their desire to share the basketball, is huge in terms of the difference between them and Fuenlabrada. AEK, and the ball sticks again. Goes with the left hand for two, nice finish. 8 points personal for AEK. Where was that in the first part of the game? Sakota. Jules moves it on. This is where AEK will go try and time and possession the game. Recovered. Sakota, it's out of bounds. The ball stays with AEK with two on the possession.
1 segundo y medio, vamos a defenderlo todo.
2 seconds on the possession. Oh, they got a wide open. Hits nothing. AEK comes down with a defensive rebound with 6:30 to go in the fourth. AEK all the way to the ring, doesn't get the drop. Machulis secures the rebound. And Fuenlabrada, this is another opportunity. They dodge a bullet out. I think that's out of bounds. I think the official's absolutely right here. There's the attempt. Catches, lands. Ooh, touched the line, but maybe it got rid of the ball. When it's not going your way, it definitely doesn't go your way. They go long against the pressure. Malcolm Griffin stops, fires up the long two, buries it. Again, as soon as you take the foot off the intensity, Ballas is fouled on the way to the glass. And give someone a shot in the rhythm they want, it's too easy. Griffin, soft dribble, pulls up at the elbow. No one in his pressure in the ball. Easy two, like a shooting drill. Sakota picks up foul number 2. Ballas goes 2 for 2 from the line, back to a 15-point game. And Fuenlabrada have been hanging around at 15 for a little while now. Need to get it to single digits if they can. Double team comes, and they're going to call the foul. There's the foul. Cruz reaches across. Double team would come. It's one of those things, don't foul in the double team. Sakota will hand it off. Jordan Theodore back in. Has it knocked away by Bellas. 8 on the possession. And it's just one of those, you know, commentating on this game, at the beginning of the game, this intensity wasn't there from Fuenlabrada. 12-0 start, and all of a sudden now they want a double team, now they want to scramble, now they'll chase it down, but Thor Jordan Theodore stroked it. The rotation was slow, and there's always that concern with this team that 4 guys will play it, and then 1 guy gets slow. Work on the glass is good. O'Leary gets the 2. $16-point game. They've got to start getting inroads right now. Griffin has it outside and moves it on. Whistle on the play. James is fouled by O'Leary. Theodore with easy 2, knocks away off the ring. Once it's bouncing around, you can get after it. Bella stops and pops and takes the 2 when he had people trailing down the lane. AEK takes the 3 and buries it. All of a sudden, Christian AEK is a different player.
Te recordamos que el siguiente partido en casa va a ser un pedazo de derbi.
There's the double team play where the rotation is slow.
Let's match up. Every time they take the ball and go for a quick shot, and we give up like this. Come on. What's under pressure, guys? Hey, we have to enter the goals faster. Okay? Hey.
Él lo puede aguantar.
The Fuenlabrada believe they can get back in this game. They trail 13 with almost 5 minutes to go. There's enough time if they can get stopped. It's always the question mark here. Christian AEK has exploded for 11 points, of which they've all pretty much all been in this 4th period. Seven points of his 11 in this quarter. The game. And this is what they need, Fuenlabrada. They need moments like this when they can build momentum, but they've got to do it consistently. Theodore and Bellas going at it at the point. Much bigger effort here by Fuenlabrada. Different team. Griffin turns the corner, goes inside, whistle on the play. But at least, again from Fuenlabrada, more intensity on the switch. The help side was there. There was no need to foul by Cruz. So the biggest part of this play is, as you'll see in a minute, there's the help. The help's there. So Fuenlabrada do know how to play team defense. Can they do it every possession, though? Machulis will back it out. Griffin. And they're going to call the technical foul for the flop, technical foul to the bench. And all the work to get to 13 gets undone in a single possession. Four seconds on the possession. So we have a player tech, bench tech. Referees just trying to make sure they got the right number of techs. According to the crowd, they've got entirely the wrong number of techs. not sure there was a coach tech. There was definitely a bench tech. Theodore steps up. So both technical fouls are missed. So no damage done to Fuenlabrada in terms of the score out of the free throws. Now, big momentum play if they can get a stop here. Theodore will take the ball screen, turns the corner, is fouled and one. Such a heads-up play here by Theodore. Takes it to the defense strong, had to step on Cruz throughout the play. But then you ask the question of Fuenlabrada again. No help defense whatsoever. Theodore is going to take the shot. They just expose Cruz to the situation. Chance to make this a 16-point lead again. And to make matters worse, if you're a Fuenlabrada fan, Vince Hunter returns. 24 points, 9 rebounds. Genuine potential MVP. Now we have another technical foul. And Fuenlabrada, I think you say the wheels have come off the wagon. I think we're all, now we've lost count, I think. The table's just trying to make sure that we get the right number of techs on the right number of players. AEK gets involved. And I'm not really sure why. They dodged the bullet on the previous technical fouls. They dodged that bullet. Great play by Theodore to get to the basket. And then AEK gets involved, and they'll be shooting a technical and the and one. It's another 2-point opportunity. And then I think we'll be back with Fuenlabrada with the basketball.
Hombre, a morir. En el shake, Ian. Get closer, you know? But now check. Put your hands up, because he's the big guy on the court. Está jugando el grande que se la tiran arriba, en el shake.
Hey, we can go back screens. Bam! 4-man pop to catch the ball and handle, okay? Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Bam, hand up,
The referee fan club here in Fuenlabrada, not happy at all with the technical fouls, but I've got to say that they've created the situation for themselves. You could argue they were almost back in the game. It's now back out to a 16-point game with the one to come. Jordan Theodore makes the throw, and it's 17 points. And I think that's a total of 4 technical fouls in that play phase, and an and one play. 18 points personal for Jordan Theodore. Sending a message to the Basketball Champions League. Theodore is a huge factor for this team. Griffin, big step, goes up. Great work on the glass. Hunter can't get it away. Ball will fall to Machulis. And with 3:40 to go in the game. to the ring for two is no good. Aenga with a defensive rebound. Kemp off the glass is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Kemp goes 2 for 2 from the line. Back to a 15-point game. Griffin. Off the glass for two is good. Not a matchup that O'Leary enjoyed at all. Griffin really maximized the advantage. Bellas will hand off. Cruz with the quick release on the three is off. O'Leary's on the glass, goes back up, can't complete. And Hunter comes down with another rebound. It's another double-double for Vince Hunter. Definite MVP contender. Week in, week out, getting it done for Ike. Theodore steps back, shakes a little move, turns it over. No, recovered. Will stay with Ike with 2 seconds on the possession. Got to put it up. Theodore, long three is way off. Defensive rebounds O'Leary's. Bellas attacks it. Cruz catches and goes. Aenga guarded, but blocks the three as long. Cruz goes up for two, is good. Theodore drops it inside, recovers it. Open for three is short. But Machulis is on the glass. But charged with the personal. That'll be the 4th team foul for Athens. 1:57 to go in the game. Technical foul on Griffin for the request for the and-one. And I think this is a consequence of the other technical fouls that were awarded. Bellas, 1:40 to go, 16-point game, and I could control it in this 4th quarter. Aenga on the floor, goes off the glass, and one. And Sakota comes across, commits the foul. Aenga has a chance of the extra. Make it a 13-point game, which he does. They're going to give that as 2. 12-point game, 1:31 to go. All of a sudden, take a look. Well, referees, as always, right again. Griffin trying to time and possession in it. A stop here would make life interesting. 5 on the possession. Sakata is long, defensive rebound. Bellis has a chance to run, gives it up. Ayenga in the open floor. Cruz had the chance to take the 3, has it knocked away, but will go to the free throw line. One minute to go. Chance to make this an 11-point game. First one is good. Foul on the play. And Jordan Theodore will walk the floor to shoot the throws. 10-point game. Light possibly at the end of the tunnel here for Fuenlabrada. After all the trials and tribulations. Theodore to make it a 4-possession game with 57.5 to go. And they're going to call it a lane violation. Benas, and they've got to go quick. Will take the early screen. Didn't attack it. Ayenga settles for the 3, is short. Great work on the glass. O'Leary goes up, gets the 2. To a 9-point game. They've got to make something happen at the defensive end. Lenopoulos, they're going to run this out. Got him double team. Call the travel. 30.4 seconds to go. We've got a 3-possession game. Even more frustrating for these fans. Where was this in the first quarter? Bellas to the glass for 2, blows the layup, and Kemp's on the glass. Sakata becomes available. Ball's knocked away, stolen. 7-point game. Kemp is fouled and will have to go to the free throw line. Six-point game with the free throw to come. It's Kemp on the free throw line. Goes long, and there's a whistle on the play. Cruz fouls, and Dusan Sakata will walk the length of the floor. Cruz is fouled out. Well, Fuenlabrada, for all their trials in the Basketball Champions League, have shown some character in this fourth quarter. At the start of the game, 6.5 minutes, they trailed 17-3. No intensity, no defensive effort. Their offense was, to say the least, disjointed. Coach Garcia went 5 for 5. That redressed some of that balance. But even in this fourth quarter, the 4 technical fouls, and now they become a factor. It's an 8-point game if Sakata makes the 2. And the 4 technical fouls and the 3-point play in the middle of them have just taken away any opportunity to get the win. So just being ready, perhaps, just being more focused, just playing harder at the beginning of the game, and then not losing the control that they lost in that moment. This could have been a different outcome for the club from the ACB. Beles has it. Last 9 seconds. Beles hesitates, steps through, turns it over. And AEK have come to Fuenlabrada. Have started strongly. A few words exchanged between Luca Banchi and Nestor Garcia. I don't think it was let's have a drink after the game. But there's the final score. AEK match the result from Hapoel Jerusalem. Go joint top of the group. Fuenlabrada lose yet another game in the Basketball Champions League. The great thing about this AEK team is they are demanding of each other. They are demanding of the circumstance, and they are looking to repeat. Good performance by them on the road. Is that comeback enough to spark Fuenlabrada? Or is it another example of what's going wrong with their season? They start poorly, AEK take advantage, never led, never headed in the game, always in control, you could argue. Shooting 60%, and AEK win a game, only shooting 22% from the 3-point line. Fuenlabrada control things on the glass, but it's not enough. Again, at the start of the game, they turned the ball over 9 times in that first quarter, only 16 on the game. So just not ready to play. Ainga sums that up, 13 points on the game, 9 of those in the fourth quarter. Hunter is all over these stats. Another MVP performance. Jordan Theodore with 19 points, with Sakata chipping in with 17. AEK are for real. They are a live candidate to win this and defend their Basketball Champions League title. Fuenlabrada, we'd like to think it's a learning process. Their first season in the Basketball Champions League. But when you're playing in the ACB and you're struggling midweek, losing becomes a little bit of a habit, and that's where Fuenlabrada are at the moment. You've got to love the way this AEK team share the basketball. But let's recap for you. 6.5 minutes into the first quarter, AEK led by 14. Fuenlabrada had only scored 3 points. They turned it over 8 times, and they were never able to recover. Great effort by Gonzalez for Fuenlabrada as he sparked that sort of that revival. But you cannot have your starters perform that poorly. Digging a hole against the #1 team from last year. It's a hard ask. Too hard an ask for Fuenlabrada. At least there were signs of the fact that they cared in that game compared to some other games in the Basketball Champions League there. But then the 4 technicals killed them. The 3-point play run in the middle by Jordan Theodore was basically enough to give them the cushion they needed to withstand a late comeback by Fuenlabrada. AEK are for real. This group is a tough group. You could end up with 3 Final Four teams from this group if you had Brosa Bamberg. elsewhere in this group. Bamberg got the win, so those three teams are slipping away. Here are those standings. Antwerp still have a 2-game break in that 4th place, but it's tight in Group C. But those top 3 are live contenders for the title here in the Basketball Champions League. But another good performance by AEK here on the road. They go top of the group from Fuenlabrada. It's good night.